hunting for a job this year, 2014. What are some of the top jobs for 2014 and how to nail one of these jobs? Chris Brown is an employment expert. Chris, before I talk about some of these jobs specifically, have you, as an employment expert, seen a dramatic shift in what kind of jobs are hot now compared to what were hot before?
You know, Joe, it's kind of remained constant over the last couple of years. And if you look at the list that's put together by CareerBuilder, you'll see a theme that's really centered around technology and services that are getting other folks' products and services in front of their global audience, if you will. And so I anticipate that continuing to happen for years to come. And what I do see changing probably later on is once this affordable health care gets a little bit, more ironed out, you'll probably end up seeing a little bit more healthcare positions on this list instead of just technology and marketing and events.
Right, among the top 10, there's a little bit of a blend of everything here. I think the number one hot job, if you will, for 2014 are software developers. Is that a good field to follow?
It is. It always is, because the ever-evolving World Wide Web, there's always going to be a need out there for not only developing software that's going to make everybody's lives a little bit easier, but creating efficiencies for companies as well. I mean, so it's if you're good, you pretty much can write your ticket to do whatever it is that you want to do.
Let me mention a couple of others in the top 10. Physical therapists. Is that a good career to follow?
You would think that it would be, because as the baby boomers continue to start getting closer and closer to retirement and start getting older and older, there's always going to be a need for that, and that's unfortunate as it is, but it's just a fact of life that we're facing right now.
Web developers, good career path?
Exactly right, because if the web developers, it's again going back to the products and services and making yourself known throughout the world.
Okay, event planners, folks who work in the convention and visitors bureau business. That's something you might think about, right?
You're exactly right. And again, that's going back to getting your product and service in front of your audience.
I never thought about this one, Chris. Interpreters. We have a need for interpreters.
Yeah, that one kind of surprised me, and I'm not sure exactly if there was a specific field with interpreters or translators, but again, going back to the globalization, there's always going to be, that need for, if your product and service are global, or if it's, catered towards people coming in, but there's always going to be a need for that, especially with, as diversified as our folks are here in the U.S.
As someone who works in the business, are you finding enough qualified people to fit these positions?
It's always a challenge. We're based down here in Dallas, Texas, and our economy is pretty much thriving, but it is such a candidate-driven market right now just because there's so much opportunity down here that it's a challenge. It's a challenge, but that's why we're in business.
Do you think college kids, Chris, are studying the right things to fill these career opportunities?
You know what, Joe? That is such a hard it's such a hard topic, because I know, turning back the clock 25 years, when I was getting out of college, I wasn't qualified to decide what I was going to do the rest of my life, and my interests have changed. I anticipate that's going to happen to my kids too. It is. My kids are a little bit younger, but I'm really steering them and encouraging them with math and sciences, because it leads them up to just a lot of different opportunities. They can take that wherever they want to go with it.
Got it. Chris Brown, he's an employment expert with some of the top jobs available for 2014, number one of which being software developers, applications and system software. The average hourly earnings are $45 an hour, and there are 9 or 10 others. 570 WSYR.